Boys, girls, and everyone else, we are back with another YouTube video for you today, but this is a little bit of a different video. I want to introduce you to someone who I consider a friend in game as well as out of game, and that we never actually met in person. He goes by James. He actually does play Diablo Immortal, but he has a hell of a backstory, and he provides a lot of value to my streams. And look, a piece of candy. I am live, by the way, so if I laugh, that's why. But no, he adds a lot of value to my content, both in the sense of being there for me in my live streams and always providing funny banter and trying to help me in my god awful attempts at being good at Trial of the Horde. Actually, one of our first interactions together was me playing the Blood Knight in Trial of the Horde, and I was asking the chat for builds, and so he gave me a build, and I think we had only interacted with each other like once or twice at that point, and I basically rage quit the Blood Knight because I was getting dumpstered on by the same guy over and over and over again, to the point where I apparently called his build shit and rage quit the Blood Knight. So anyway, and then from there, our friendship has just expanded. So I asked him a bunch of questions, and yeah, we're just gonna kind of go from there. And he answered them. So some of this he expands on a great deal. So I just want to sort of introduce you to him and really give credit where credit is due, because I think his story should be told to more people. So the first question I asked him was, he mentioned he was a minister, and how long had he done that? He says that he was licensed in 2019 after about a year of preparation. There was also a period of time before that year was spent ensuring I wanted to go down that path. I volunteered at the church since 2015. I was ordained 2 years after being licensed in 2001. I was the assistant pastor at the church. So again, playing a very devilish game. He's a very holy man, which I can respect. Not to go super deep down that road of religion, but I believe in things. And those of you that have seen recent videos, I won't give you my opinion on things because I can get kicked out of my clan for that. But prior to becoming a minister, he's pastor, I did several things. He was the author of 3 books, mostly poetry and short stories, which, now knowing that, I need you to whisper sweet melodies into my chat when you're here, James. So they're selling on Amazon. Taught college mathematics, computer software support, AutoCAD based software program, and Windows software. That's actually really badass. It's also very different things. Computer virus removal, own my own computer business at one point. This is what I'm saying. This dude is literally done more in probably a 5-year span than I have in my whole life. I moved to a different state in March of 2023. I needed to be closer to some of my family members. I began serving in a church in my area soon after moving. While not an assistant pastor, I became the assistant to the pastor. This is like that The Office. You're not the assistant manager, you're the assistant to the assistant manager. Just kidding, James, I love you. I am now one of the preaching pastors at the church. Okay, so as you can see, he moved his way up, which is so badass. So one thing that before I ask this next question, is that he has been very open about his condition. Okay, so he suffers from several different conditions and actually plays Diablo Immortal with one hand. Okay, he was also very open and honest about his. There was an update that came that really messed up one of the controllers that he uses. So I shared that feedback in our partner support program. Again, just to see if there was anything we could do. Now, I'm not saying that that's how it got fixed, but eventually it got fixed, and I'm thankful for that, because I would hate for him to not be able to play the game that he's used to be, the way he's been able to play it. So my question is, if he's comfortable answering it, what conditions were you diagnosed with? He says, I have cerebral palsy, epilepsy, neuropathy, degenerate disc disease in several parts of my body, and autism. I've been hit 7 times by vehicles while using my mobility scooter, and I've had 4 known concussions within about the last 15 years. So an absolute warrior in more ways than not. That even one of those would be a lot for anyone to either work with or cope with, and for him to be coping with all of it and still be giving so much value to so many people in Diablo Immortal is so awesome. Let me scroll up. All right, so what can... Oh, wait, another answer that. how long have you been diagnosed with these conditions? So I developed a brain cyst before I was born over 50 years ago. Well, there you go. That answers the question as to how old he is. I don't think I ever asked him that. Most likely between 12 and 20 weeks into the pregnancy, the brain cyst resulted in a physical issue. It is 5 centimeters in diameter. It affects the entire left side of my body. I have very little feeling on my left side. I do not feel hot or cold and pain as one normally would. I do not have any fine motor skills with my left side. That's crazy. I can just sort of ever so slightly relate to impacting of like the left side of your body. My mom, who I am the caregiver for, had a stroke 11 years ago, and they declared 50% of her brain dead, and so she also lost 50% of her whole right side in terms of motor skills. So she will now live with my wife and I for the rest of our lives. So I know just from helping my mom day to day what that looks like. So yeah, I mean, again, on top of everything else you're going through, I can't imagine dealing with that as well. I had a total knee replacement in my right leg, which has left my right leg / foot numb. Yikes. I also ruptured my right bicep over a decade ago, resulting in numbness of part of my right arm after the surgery to repair the bicep. Jesus Christ, James. I've had 2 leg surgeries, one when I was 6 years old and one when I was 12. I was born with club feet. During the first surgery, the doctors lengthened my legs as much as they could, but I still have noticeable limp. And when I walk, I currently cannot walk very far and must use a walker to do so. Without being able to feel the ground, walking is dangerous. That's a really good point. I also don't know how I'm just, without looking at the game, being able to keep up with this rotation, but whatever. My only good limb is my right arm / hand. Can you provide some, and so that was all his answers to my question. So now I asked, can you provide some insight on how you play with one hand? Because to me, that is the most amazing part of all of it, is how he continues to be a part of not just my community, but so many communities in Diablo Immortal, with everything that he's going through and dealing with on a day-to-day basis, and is playing Diablo Immortal at a very high level with one hand. One fucking hand. You know, it's so badass. And so often he'll be in my live chat giving me shit about how when I do challenge videos with my wife on Fortnite, or even just play Diablo Immortal, that I should do the play with one hand challenge, and I am not able to do that. So I said, can you provide some insight on how you play with one hand? Again, this was a very interesting topic to me, because technology's come a long way, and there's a lot of ways for people with different abilities to be able to play games, and I was very curious, again, a newer game like Diablo, and how it was able to really tie into what he can do. So he says first game system was Pong with just a knob to twist. It was easy for me to play with one hand, and then I just had an Atari 2600, I think, and use the controllers that came with that system. I learned how to use the controller by placing the balance of the controller on my leg, and I positioned my hand so I could press the fire button and move the control stick at the same time. One finger to press the button and the other finger to control the stick movement. Good God, I'm just imagining trying that. All right, as systems advance, and this is what I was curious about. So as systems advanced, I adjusted my play style. Starting with the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube, I needed to adjust how I use the controller depending on which buttons and controls sticks needed to be used simultaneously, which makes a lot of sense. You know, if you depending on the game and what needed to be used, you probably did have to change a lot. I will change fingers. Hold on, I lost my spot. I will change which fingers control certain things on the controller, which certain games my index finger will control the left thumbstick and my thumb will control the right thumbstick. So like an L? Oh, which fingers control that? Got it, understood. My index finger will control the left thumbstick and my right finger does the right thumbstick. Other fingers will be used for the other buttons as necessary. Understood. So to give you like an idea. So he's saying he plays like this, and then his other fingers will hit the other buttons as needed. That's crazy. I mean, it's fascinating to me. I really am fascinated. Depending on which buttons are needed, I twist my hand to reach certain buttons and thumbsticks. At the time, my hand might be rotating 180, so my fingers are pointed towards my body. Jesus. Like literally from going from like this to just like that. Oh my God. I use the normal controller for each system I have owned. I've tried special controllers in the past, but I found them too difficult. I've owned Pong, where am I at? Pong, Atari, PS1, PS2, PS3, Xbox, and Xbox. Oops, I'm sorry. Xbox 360, NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Like basically all of them. If the game allows remapping the controls, I do so at times, which makes a lot of sense. I have done this with Diablo Immortal. I use an Xbox One controller or Nintendo Switch controller to play the game. I have the skills button mapped A, B, X, Y, L, B. The LT is used for the health portion, and the right bumper is used for the interactions. Okay. The right trigger is used for changing stances. Oh, yeah, okay. For Diablo Immortal, I use the following. Index finger, left thumbstick. Thumb, right thumbstick. If the skill does not require aiming, the thumb will help steady the controller. Middle finger, LB, and LT. Okay. Ring finger normally used to steady the controller. Okay. Pinky finger, right bumper, right trigger, along with A, B, X, and Y. All of that with your pinky. Holy shit. Index finger and thumb, press down on thumbsticks to do L3, R3, so your ultimate. Sometimes the thumbsticks go down at an angle which cause the thumbsticks to be loose and thus need to replace the controller. Yeah, I was gonna say, I can actually also see you needing to go through controllers quite often. I never let the controller stop me from playing game consoles. I choose my games based on the control scheme within the game. If the control scheme is too difficult for me, I will just not play the game. Fair. I have caused physical pain to my hands by playing certain games. My left hand has a scar on it from the time I kept pushing the controller into my left hand so I could alternate left trigger and right trigger quick enough to play games on my Xbox. My right finger may cramp easily if I need to press too many buttons simultaneously. By the way, playing with one hand isn't hard. Playing with two is the hard thing. And he says that to me all the time in game. That's amazing. For some games, memorizing sequences with the game is helpful. I learned how to adjust my hand at certain parts of the game. Literally crazy. All right, continuing on. I tend to avoid FPS games, which does make a lot of sense, because I have an issue where the perspective causes me to get dizzy. Oh, I generally am only seeing out of one of my eyes most of the time. My brain ignores what the left eye is seeing unless I am specifically looking at something with the left eye. So like you close the right eye essentially to make it focus. My eye tendons do not work in tandem. Yikes. My trigger for epilepsy is deja vu. You can start a sentence with, I remember that. I remember ... That is essentially the trigger. It could be a sight, a sound, a smell, a thought, a touch, or anything like that. Deja vu as the trigger sucks. I can only imagine. That is insane. How do I not have 10 monstrous essences yet? Am I just dodging them? Admittedly, I'm playing the game right now without actually watching. But let's continue. In Diablo Immortal, is Diablo Immortal the only game you play, or is just the main one? Because again, he's very active in Diablo Immortal. Currently I mostly play DI. I use my iPad Pro to play DI. Where am I at? I currently own or have owned every Diablo game aside from Diablo 4. I currently only own a Nintendo Switch for my dedicated gaming console. I downloaded Fortnite on the Switch recently and have begun to dabble in the game. I put 10,000 hours into Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Holy crap. I played those games offline mainly. I created and deleted countless characters in those games. With those games, I have mostly played them on a PC. I do own Diablo 2 Resurrected and Diablo 3 for the Switch. On a PC, I use a mouse with mini buttons for various skills and potions. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I do not currently own a PC that is powerful enough to play Diablo 4, nor do I dedicated gaming console that supports D4. I tend to like ARPG style games. I like that. What drew you into Diablo Immortal? So this is one of my questions. He says, playing so many hours of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 made me want to continue the Diablo series. I pre-registered the game and when it became available to do so. I played continuously since launch, aside from a 20-day time span when I did not have the access to my mobile device. Some people want to convince me that I shouldn't play Diablo Immortal because I'm a pastor. Obviously, I'm not listening to them. With the community within Diablo Immortal, I can reach out to people and help them through things with my religion without my religion overtaking the conversation. True. I can actually tell you from experience, even though he is a pastor and has a lot of faith, that has never come up in any conversation, at least not in a negative way, right? Like at all. I can separate reality from the game. I never look at the game while I'm playing and think I can do any of these things the character is doing. The game is simply a group of pixels arranged in a certain fashion to reassemble something. True, a game is a game, but if you give your opinion, you can get banned. Dark World says, wait, playing the game without looking. Oh no, a bot against TOS. I'm joking, Misery. Oh my god, I'm botting, son of a bitch. The game comes second to real life. I like helping people through Heliquary raids and such. I remember someone, oh god, I lost it. I remember something me early on, and now I do the same for others. That's really cool. There have been improvements to the game that make it better, but some improvements that made the game more mindless to play. If Diablo came back to life, became stronger with each death, with the number of times I've killed him, he would be invulnerable. Do you feel DI is, and this is another question of mine, do you feel DI is fully accessible to you, or are there certain things? What was that? Yo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Thunder God Thor. I love the name. We're currently not playing Diablo Immortal by looking at it and interviewing a fellow member of the community. So do you feel like DI is fully accessible to you, or oh my gosh, what was that? The Seiken 99, thank you for the follow. Welcome. DI is not fully accessible to me. Battlegrounds is something I tend to avoid because of the imbalance it has. I do not have unlimited funds, so I do not have a whale character. Controls also limit the ability to do well as I would like to do in the game mode. I choose my skills based on my physical limitations, so I cannot always have the ideal skills for Battlegrounds. Bright lights and loud noises affect me in a negative way. I've had to avoid certain parts of the game because of that. I had a seizure one night while doing my raids with my warband. We had repeated a boss several times. Deja vu set in, triggering the seizure. Holy shit. Now, James, I think you're still in chat, my friend. Do you live alone? Like, when you experience that, is someone there to help you? I play PvP modes at times only because the rewards those modes can provide. While I have been an immortal within the game, it's been a shadow. I've been a shadow for all but a few months within the game since launch. I remain loyal to the clans I am in, and hopefully you don't share your fucking opinion, because you can get banned for that. With people buying and selling accounts, holy shit, you talked about this even back then. To keep the immortal reigns within a small group, honest players more likely will never experience the immortal side of the game as it stands now. Dude, that is what. Oh, you do have. Wait, you live alone? Is that what you're saying yes to? Oh no, you have somebody that lives with you. Got it. That was the question I asked. Many people don't have the money to spend on the game to get the character. Oh, you do live alone, bro? Really, James? Holy shit, dude, that's scary. So like, when you have a seizure, do you have like a life alert? Is Wizard good for newbies? Wizard is definitely good for newbies. Wizard is by far my favorite class. I actually, on my YouTube channel, have full-on YouTube playlists of all the different classes, as well as a beginner-specific playlist that can kind of get you started up, which is also something I'm going to update sometime this year. Just get a 2005 version of it. But yeah, I have a lot of good content for you on youtube.com/miseryhatescompany. And it will most definitely help you. But yeah, if you like the wizard playstyle, I follow your guide though. Nice. Yeah, as long as you like the playstyle, you'll love the class. It's definitely beginner friendly. How many characters do you have, and what is their Paragon/Resonance? I have 4 characters I play through all day. All 4 are in Inferno 3 difficulty. Caught H, Paragon 568, CR 43,000, Rezo 4,007. Oh, I can't read numbers. 4,375. Bro, I'm stuck. Help me, Stepbrell. I'm stuck. Sakatoa, Paragon 563, combat rating 42,080, Rezo 2,440. My second character remains mostly free to play, currently at Tempest with no plans of changing. His main is a Blood Knight. My character since launch, I was free to play for nearly the first year. Started spending a little bit to get to 1K Rezo. James is savage as I am an EMT for work. He's a survivor, stronger than bought whales in my opinion. 100%. No, I mean and that's why I wanted to share his story. He's literally, he's doing life on hard mode, on a true Inferno difficulty, and those numbers have increased. Oh yeah, no, and to be fair, guys, he did all these for me a long time ago. I admittedly am just a bad content creator and have gotten really busy and not reviewed this fast enough, so I apologize. But yeah, he is just assumed that all these Paragon are whatever current Paragon is. I would almost guarantee it. Caught HJT, Paragon 556, combat rating 40,413, Rezo 1,040. I also understand got 10 monster essence a minute ago. Oh, did I? Hell yeah, good comms. Good comms. I think I was in a clan with James for a long time. I don't want to say his in-game name, but he should recognize mine. DK Han Gaming. My third character, I created this character because I wanted to experience how it would be for a new player entering the world full of mostly people at high Inferno difficulty levels. This is before the new Paragon system was introduced. His last one is Kosh, Paragon 563. My fourth character, it looks like he's a wizard, also testing the new player experience. Took me about 2-3 weeks to get to the character of the current Paragon at the time. That's crazy. The next question I asked was, what is your favorite part of the DI community? I came from the single player experience of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. I was extremely uncomfortable with the clan system that DI had. Over time, however, I learned to appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I enjoy helping others progress in the game, teaching them how to integrate the skills so they can play effectively, teaching them the mechanics of the game, getting them through the difficult parts of the game. Hell yeah, dude. Like I said, an absolute unit. I'm also losing my voice. Holy cow. So he enjoys helping others, getting them through the difficult parts of the game. Not that I'm trying to score any points, but I also enjoy watching Echo Gaming and Misery Haze Company on YouTube. Also Twitch if I can avoid the ad breaks. Brownie points. Like I said, he consumes a lot of content, not just mine, but Echo as well. He's a good member of everyone's community. Thanks for the sub, Dark World. Dark World, you've been here this whole time yapping with me. You just sub, bro. That actually hurts my heart a little bit. Like, on God. On God. My Heliquary is always low. Is there something I'm missing at low levels? Your Heliquary is also always low. Hold on. Tangent, chat. Tangent. Doing a tangent. I'm trying to think with a new system. I mean, yeah, I think it's less impactful than it used to be, right? So if you go to this, like, you're just missing combat rating. Your vocal cords are ready to kick you for your opinions. Can we see your cosmetics? Yeah. Keep in mind I'm a Diablo #Diablo partner, so I have a lot of the cross-class cosmetics that were gifted to me. But yes, I have lots. All right, so we answered that one. All right, so the last question was, if you could change one thing in Diablo Immortal, what would it be? There might be more than one thing, and I can already see he listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Damn. It's okay. I'll be watching a lot more. Hell yeah, Dark World. Love you, bro. But yeah, I'm multitasking, so if I'm bad at it, I apologize. This is also one of my favorite ones. I love this skin. This one's also not bad. Very unique in its own way. Also, why the fuck do I have white wings on? The fuck? What have I not shown yet? Of course, this is one of the OG ones. The Mad's King, which is a choice. Then a bunch of Battle Pass ones. I don't have a ton on the Crusader though, or I'm sorry, the Necro, because I usually play Wizard the most. So yeah, those are all the ones. Kind of want to rock, not that one. I do love this one. We'll rock this one for a little bit. Those Beta Cosmetics. Give all of his changes to partner team in the channel. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, true. That's what I'm here for, man. All right, so allow remapping of the ultimate while using a controller. I have ruined many controllers because of the need to press L3 and R3 to execute the ultimate. Fix the enemies that cannot be killed. I cannot accomplish some bounties or other tasks because of the enemies that cannot be killed. The first one's a really good point, actually, and that feels tangible. Like that feels like something that could be. What's good, chat? What up, Echo Gaming in the house? You missed all the drama. And now we're interviewing James. You know James. I think he goes by COTH. Drama. Yeah, the video I posted today led me to be getting kicked out of my clan. I got kicked. They said, your opinion is not valid here. Get fucked. So I got fucked. All right, going back to James's interview question. So eliminate this. I watched that video. I watched nothing you make. Is that supposed to be everything, bro, or nothing? Yeah. Yeah. So I got banned. I got kicked out of the Discord and kicked out of the. I got G kicked. You'll see a video on it tomorrow, Echo. I'm sorry that happened, man. You're welcome in my clan. Come to my server. It sounds like you got your own server problems, though. I saw your video today too. You and Apollion's. Spicy times. I did get picked up though, so I think I'm good. But I do appreciate the offer. Nah, all good, right? Wait, today's not a raid night. No problem. See that? I actually agree with what you said in your video too about just outliving the problem you discussed. That is the correct strategy for sure, in my opinion. All right, eliminate Susan Express and other such spam messages. It ruins the experience from a chat. I have world chat disabled because of those spam messages along with the other toxic messages that appear in world chat. Fix the issue I have with hidden layers. The second optional quest does not appear in the checklist for the quest. As a result, I missed the second option quest if I run hidden layers. Yeah, you've mentioned that one to me. Is that one still an issue, James? Like, is that one still a thing? Update the shadow contracts. We've made the same shadow contracts since launch. They're boring and tedious, and they're yeah, I agree. Now at least we don't have to run them. Now we can do it with our pets. That's what I do now. Warbands are very loosely experienced for new players. New players do not have. What up, someone? So you turn me down. No, I only turn you on, Echo. You're getting it confused. No one does shadow contracts anymore. Pets, man. True and real. No, yeah, it's a not yet. How about that, Echo? Wait till I get kicked out of more clans and I'll come join you, bud. Apparently I am toxic, and as we've been discussing in the streams today, if you ask someone for their opinion on their own social media, you should be banned from the guild, period. Makes sense to me. I enjoy Survivor's Bane and Fractured Plane immensely. Please let me play those games more often, even if they weren't rewards for playing modes part of the time those modes were available. Yeah, I get that, James. That's a good point, actually. I feel like it's you know, it's on a more predictable schedule than it used to be, but I hear you as an enjoyment factor. Maybe I should react to your video tomorrow. You should, Echo. Do it. Do it. I will say there is not a lot of cussing. I try not to cuss in my YouTube videos. I do cuss in my live streams, but I think I said one thing. Bruh, sorry you are experiencing this. Yeah, it's a little crazy, huh? Someone? A little nuts. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Here we are. All good. This is not my First Amendment does not matter. Or Fifth Amendment? First Amendment. I don't fucking know. One of the my rights are not. I have no free speech. All right. We like slurs. That's fantastic. All right, where was I? Fix the DC crashing issue. I despise having to restart the game and the time it takes to update the game, even though it just updated the game prior to me starting the play session. I have removed from parties and raids because of that issue. What device do you play on, James? I wonder if that one is a device specific issue, because I don't experience that one. So that one, oh, Echo's on both chats. Echo's on Twitch. Bring on Inferno 4. What are the next difficulties? Oh yeah, that one is done. How late it's been for me reading these. My main character has almost 96 million gold. Holy shit. Give me something useful to spend the gold on. My primary gear is maxed out and my secondary gear is almost maxed out. I only buy the minimum from Yakin, which requires me to do so for the task. I do not buy worthless stuff from him. I have no plans to class change. His Heliquary is at max level, so the demonic marines I'm piling up do not do me much good aside from a few weeks that raise my CR slightly. A few each week. Whoops. I missed my turn. Eliminate the monk character. The monk serves only to be the class that one should avoid. Bro, James, I love that. You play on the iPad Pro. Got it. Actually, that was in there. That wasn't in this. Oh my god, dude. That the last request is to remove the monk character. That's amazing. All right. And then I gave him sort of an open-ended question. Feel free to provide any additional insight he would like for me to share. He said, while it might seem selfish, I would like to be part of the Diablo Immortal Partner Program. While I don't have a YouTube channel that covers DI, I do have valuable insight and information. Sorry, I'm only pausing because I'm like jumping lines. I come to the game with a unique perspective, which I agree with, which is why I wanted to cover it. I take the time and test things. I've done technical support for various software programs before. It was my job to break the code and figure out what the problem was and how it could be fixed. I have no plans to stop playing DI. I want to be useful, a part of this community. Hell yeah, dude. And he is. He, like I said, he shows up to literally every live stream of mine. I'm sure he supports Echo as well. But in his banter is always appreciated in game. And the constant reminder of Misery, you still haven't read my questions yet. Because admittedly, unfortunately, I have been sitting on these for a long time. And he has been ever so patient with me and only reminds me every single time I go live. I spend money on my COTH character. I buy the $15 battle pass and some bundles throughout the month. Sometimes I want or need orbs for, oh my god, what am I doing? I will buy bundles with other characters that include the amount of orbs I want on him. They get the character bound parts of the bundle while utilizes the orbs. It is money I would have spent on him for orbs, but other characters get a kickback for me buying the orbs. That makes sense. It's bedtime, the wife says. Yeah. Who is what? It's below 0 here in Wisconsin. Did you say you're doing lines? Oh my god, Annie. Don't get blackballed, Misery. True! I know, I can't do it. Echo, we're reading, I did a sort of mock interview with James. He watches you as well. The wife is literally in the Twitch chat telling me how comfy the bed is, this woman. I started Eternal Crown server. I transferred to Call to Arms because of the players on Eternal Conflict. Oh, Eternal Crown. I was bullied on Eternal Crown. I was bullied on Discord while in the channel that was set up for Diablo Immortal for a clan I was in at the time. I was bullied because of my disabilities and cerebral palsy. I play my 4 characters independently of each other. What each character finds, buys, crafts is used for that character. I do not use characters to farm other characters. Makes sense? Some games I played in the past that I enjoyed way too much. Hunter the Reckoning, Resident Evil 4, Infamous series, Mass Effect series, Assassin's Creed series, Prince of Persia 3D series of games, God of War series, LA Noir. I remember that one. I beat these games many times over. Some of the games I bought from multiple game consoles. Hell yeah, dude. All right, so there's that, man. So James, like I said, is a awesome part of several Diablo Immortal communities. He is almost without fail in all of my live streams, and you know, he and I, his story fascinated me with all of his different experiences, so I really wanted to sort of shout him out, give you guys his full-on story. So thank you, James, for taking the time and your patience for allowing me to take forever, quite literally decades, it felt like, to get back to you and making this video. So James is a good friend. I consider him a friend, and an awesome part of multiple communities. So if you see him in game and he's out there trying to offer you help, take him up on it, because he's a great guy. But thank you, James, for all you do. And yeah, man, this is like, your story is fascinating and truly motivating. All that you endure on a daily basis and yet still offer so much value to the Diablo Immortal community. You know, my hat goes off to you, bud. So cheers to James.